The Wreck of the Zanzibar by Michael Morpurgo. Chapter 2. The Diary of Laura Perryman. January 20th. Laura Perryman, you are 14 years old today. I said that to the mirror this morning when I wished myself happy birthday. Sometimes, like this morning, I don't much want to be Laura Perryman, who's lived on Bryher all her life and milks cows. I want to be Lady Eugenia Fitzherbert, with long red hair and green eyes, who wears a big wide hat with a white ostrich feather, and who travels the world in steamships with 4 funnels. But then, I also want to be Billy Perryman, so I can row out in the gig and build boats and run fast. Billy's 14 too. Being my twin brother, he would be. But I'm not Lady Eugenia Fitzherbert, whoever she is. And I'm not Billy. I'm me. I'm Laura Perryman, and I'm 14 years old today. Everyone is pleased with me, even Father, because I was the one who spotted the ship before they did on St. Mary's. It was just that I was in the right place at the right time, that's all. I'd been milking the cows with Billy as usual, and I was coming back with the buckets over Watch Hill when I saw sails on the horizon out beyond White Island. It looked like a schooner, 3-masted. We left the buckets and ran all the way home. The gig was launched in 5 minutes. I watched the whole thing from the top of Samson Hill with everyone else. We saw the St. Mary's gig clear the harbour wall, the wind and the tide in her favour. The race was on. For some time it looked as if the St. Mary's gig would reach the schooner first. But we found clear water and a fair wind out beyond Samson, and we were flying along. I could see the chief holding on to the mast, and Billy and Father pulling side by side in the middle of the boat. Oh, how I wanted to be one of them, to be out there rowing with them. I can handle an oar as well as Billy. He knows it. Everyone knows it, but the chief won't hear of it. And he's the coxswain. And neither will Father. They think that's the end of it. But it isn't. One day... Well, anyway, we won the race, so I should be pleased about that, I suppose. The St. Mary's boat lost an oar. She was left dead in the water and had to turn back. We watched our gig draw alongside the schooner, and we all cheered till we were at horse. Through the telescope I could see the chief climbing up the ladder to pilot the schooner into St. Mary's. I could see them helping him on board, then shaking hands with him. He took off his cap and waved, and we all cheered again. It would mean money for everyone, and there's precious little of that around. When the gig came back to the Great Porth, we were all there to meet her. We helped haul her up onto the beach. She's always lighter when we've won. Father hugged me and Billy winked at me. It's an American ship, he said. General Lee. It's bound for New York. She'll be tied up in St. Mary's for repairs to her mizzenmast. She could be there all week, maybe more. This evening, Billy and I had our birthday cake from Granny May as usual. The chief and crew were all there as well, so the cake didn't last long. They sang happy birthday to us, and then the chief said that we were all a little less poor because Laura Perryman had spotted the General Lee. And I felt good. They were all smiling at me. Now's the time, I thought. I'll ask them again. Can I row with Billy in the gig? They all laughed and said what they always said, that girls don't row in gigs. They never had. Well, I went into the hen house and cried. It's the only place I can cry in peace. And then Granny May came in with the last piece of cake and said that there are plenty of things that women can do that men can't. Well, it doesn't seem that way to me. I want to row in that gig. And I will. One day I will. Billy came into my room just now. He's had another argument with Father. This time, the milk buckets weren't clean enough. There's always something, and Father will shout at him so. Billy says he wants to go to America, and that one day he will. He always says things like that. I wish he wouldn't. It frightens me. I wish Father would be kinder to him.